Asina no na mana this. What's up, family and friends? Welcome to the Woke Nation, our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to share knowledge and spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear, without favor, and without feint. Where we encourage you to live your life and live it well with the knowledge of factual truth. So you're welcome. And I want to share with us what I titled, What is Destroying the World? What is destroying the world? I did not say who is destroying the world. I say what is destroying the world. And in this discussion, you will make your own judgment, or you will hear actually who is destroying the world. All right, so because some people have taught us to hate this world, they taught us to not value anything in this world. They call what we're supposed to be enjoying lust. They say it's lust of eyes, lust of flesh, and the lust of whatever they listed there. But they are all lies. Lust is a religious term, just like love, just like hate. Those things are not part of humanity. They are terminologies or terms used by the slave masters to keep the slaves down. So, and as usual, I will try to show you how they coded it in their book, because they have the manual which they use to control the slave, and it is called the Holy Book. And in it, you will find out actually. And it is easy, it will be easy for us if we understand how they wrote the book and what they put in there. With it, we can reverse it and use it against them to free ourselves. You know, that's why you see people that have knowledge of any holy book, you see, they speak with all boldness and they know how to also flip it in their advantage. And I know if you really care about knowledge, you will get to that level. It is for everyone. It is not for some class of people. It is not for some selected few. It's not for choosing. No, it is for everyone, regardless your age. We all are in this together. So, welcome to Bible study. I will start with it and show you. I start with Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. Every Christian at least must know that, especially African Christians. Do you know that European Christians don't know the Bible like African Christians? Do you know that? And you wonder, why should Africans know Bible more than the Europeans, when the Europeans are the one that gave Africans the Bible? The secret is the answer is simple. Black people are more religious or more spiritual than anyone in every belief system, because they are the ones that come up with the concept of spirituality belief system. So in any religion you bring black people in, whether you kill their parents to bring them in that religion, they will try to show you that no, you don't have enough faith. No, we are stronger. You know, your God is now is choosing us over us. So some people say it. So some Africans are more Catholic than the Pope, and it's true. If you want to see strong Catholic Church, strong Anglican Church, strong any religion that you want to see the strong base, go to Africa. Don't you see how Africans spend money every year to go for pilgrimage? Have you seen white people spending money to go for privilege in Africa like that? No. Even if you say there's somebody God is using in Africa to raise dead body, it's true. There's some white people will never go. Go where? They tell them, oh, terrorists, they're not going. They know God cannot save them when terrorists kidnap them. But African man, black man, we say, I'm going. God is with me. I'm going. I have this chaplet in my pocket. I have scapular on my neck, or I have the crucifix, or I have the cross, or I have sticker. There must be something they hold on to. I'm believing that because they have that thing, especially the Bible, God will protect them. God will defend them. And that God keeps failing them. So let me read. I have the knowledge of the Bible, so I will continue to share. I don't have the knowledge of Quran. I don't have the knowledge of Torah. But when it comes to Bible, like back of my hands, I have that knowledge. And also I have search engine that help me more. I know what is in the Bible based. Some of the chapters and verses I've forgotten, so I can use Google. I can put Google or search it. You show me where is in the Bible. I have the knowledge. You cannot search what you don't have knowledge of or what you don't have idea of. It's Google garbage in, garbage out. Google in, Google out. If you ask the right question, it give you the right answer. It's right there. And if you ask confused question, it can give you confused answers. That's different answers to it. Then you have to make your own judgment, which is right. So welcome again. Let's go. He said in Matthew chapter 6 verse 24, no one can serve two masters. Now that first line should show you that it is written for slaves. When you're talking about serving, when you're talking about working for someone else, it's for slave, of course. The Holy Book is for slaves. It's manual for slaves. The slave masters use the Holy Book to control the slaves. So the slave master was telling the slaves, you cannot serve two masters. If I'm your master, you cannot serve someone else. So he said, no one can serve two masters. He said, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will be loyal to the one and despise the other. Now, who are these two gods that are showing the slaves here, that are telling the slaves not to serve? He said, you cannot serve God and mammon. Now, when I use this translation, contemporary English version, it said, you cannot be the slave of two masters. You cannot be the slaves of two masters. Number one, the truth is this, you're not supposed to be a slave. You were not born to be a slave. You are not born to serve. No. None of us were born to serve. We are born to live, explore, and enjoy. But it is evil people, wickedness of men that introduce slavery. Servanthood, you must serve. If you don't serve, you will not live. If you don't serve, you will not make it. But you see, majority of people have seen it as the right. Oh, I'm serving the people. But look at the politics or the politicians and those who are in leadership. They say they are serving you. You and them who are enjoying life. You and your leaders, those that are supposed to be serving you. Remember, Jesus said in Matthew 23 verse 8 to 12. He said that all of you are brethren, right? Don't have masters, don't have any master among you or any father among you, because Jesus is your master, God is your father in heaven, not on earth. He said, do not call anyone father on earth. Then he said that he who desire to be greatest among you should be your servant. But you see, the religious leaders and the political leaders, they use that term. We are your servants, civil servants. We are serving our people. We are serving our constituency. But look at their life. They're driving better car than you. Some of you don't even drive a car. They are living in a good house. They are having steady power supply when you don't have. They are having high internet speed connection when you don't have, even though you're paying for it. So when you stand in the hold up or go slow, you see them with siren. Where you clear where they pass. But they're supposed to be the one clearing way for you to pass. You're supposed to be living in a better place. How can you say that somebody that is living better than you is serving you? I think Pastor Chris Oyekilome once said that. He said you must be stupid to think that you give somebody power to serve you. You give somebody power over you to serve you? No. Whoever have power over you is your master. you are serving that person. You give them your power, they use it to make you their slave. And that's why you are slaves of men today, coming against people like us that want to liberate you. But we are the goat that lays down laid on his skin, not on my own skin. You say, leave us, hey, let me be well. Okay, then be there. Then leave me alone. Why can't you ignore my post? Why can't you? Why my posts keep irritating you? I say, trash God, trash Jesus. You come fighting me. I didn't say trash you. You are stupid if you're fighting for God. If you're stupid if you're fighting for Jesus. If God and Jesus exist, I say, trust God, trust Jesus. Let them come to me. Let them come after me. But you coming after me shows you are stupid and the level of your stupidity. And you need to be, free and fixed. And that's why I'm here. You cannot be the slave of two masters. He said, you will like one more than the other, or be more loyal to one than the other. You cannot serve both God and the money. So what is destroying the world today is what you just heard, God and the money. These two things, these two tools created by the Europeans are what is destroying the world today. Many people saying, okay, they're waking up, they're not serving God now, no more. But how about money? They put these two things that it will take time for people to trust both of them. To some people, like you see the taste, when I say trust God, they get upset. And when I say also trust money, even people that say they are awakened, they get upset. Because they have been indoctrinated also to believe without money, life is meaningless. What can you do without money? But the question is this: does money grow from the earth where you came from? Your source is your sustenance. Your source is what is sustaining you, not any God. You are not from God. God cannot sustain you. You are not from money. Money cannot sustain you. No way. But the reason why you see money because you are in the system where they say it is the survival of the fittest. So everything you are doing now is for you to survive, not even for you to succeed. You survive, you say you succeeded. No, you're not. You are still in the system, and they can take you out anytime. What is destroying the world is God and the money. God is mental slavery. That's why they created God. They tell you there is God. One God that created heaven and earth. And this God, you must worship him. If you don't believe in this God, you are infidel. You are unbeliever. You are not worthy to live. You will burn in hell. I see some people making posts now, maybe especially they must be living in Nigeria because life is hell in Nigeria or Africa. Life is hell there. I agree. But because of the way the believers are treating unbelievers there, so now you want to keep pretending like, oh, okay, but I want the money. Because of money, you are now not bold to speak the truth. You say, oh, if they know you don't believe in religion, you don't believe in God, they will not buy from you. That means you don't know what we are doing. You think it's another movement. No, it's not. What are you supposed to be doing? Oh, continue living like them? No. Now you say you are awakened. You're supposed to learn how to communicate with the universe and begin to do something that will make them come bowing before your doorstep, begging for your help. It will take time. It's not what a boy, I pray. No. The woke nation are not people living by faith. We don't live by miracle. We're not expecting any miracle to happen. No. You find something you can do, you do it. Use your brain. That's knowledge. That's why you say you know now. You know, okay, then you're supposed to know what to do. Not still groping like them. So because they don't patronize you, now you keep pretending. Some of them say, I still go to church because, they are supporting me. You don't know what you are doing. Go back. Instead of you saying you are awakened, no, go back to church. Go back to religion. If you don't want to be woke, so you're not ready even to die for the knowledge you know. But you claiming you know. No, you don't. You must be ready to die. How I wish death comes now. Because there's too much stupid people around me. And when I try to help them, they think, no, how much do you give me? They will pretend, I love you. That's why I tell you love is lie. I love you, I love you. But they will test you with money. How much can you give to me? How much are you giving them? It's people, somebody that give them money, they praise. If you don't give them money, they say that one is not practicing what he's preaching. What am I preaching? I'm not preaching, come I will give to you. No. What I'm preaching is for you to know yourself, know your nature, and walk in your path. Not you ignore your path and you're standing in another path and wanting somebody to come across from their path to come and help you in your path. No, know yourself and know your nature and walk there. We are not beggars. I rather die than beg. I rather die than beg. And I rather die than depend on any believer to help me. Anyone that I don't need any help from anyone that believes in God. I walk. There's a place you can relocate and find land and begin to cut. All you need to live in this life is food and water. That's it. What else? Money cannot keep you alive. The lockdown show you that you can have all the money in the world, but it cannot buy you what you need. Money cannot buy you even health. It cannot. But living your normal natural life can give you health. It can give you wealth. But you say no, it's not like that. So most of you that are claiming that you know this, okay, I'm a Kemet now, I'm a Kebulan, I'm a woke, I am awakening African bullshit. You don't know nothing what we are saying. You think it's another belief system. You think it's another religion. You think it's another movement. I am here. How are you helping the poor? Excuse me, no poor person among the woke nation. No poor person. And if you still see yourself as poor person, then you are not woke yet. God is mental slavery. And that's why you see people that believe in God acting mentally imagined. Because you say you don't believe. And that's why I'm also made that decision. Because I know they will not help me because I'm an unbeliever. So I will not help them also because they are believers. I will not help them. Live your life, make your own money, I make my own money. I don't work as I used to work before. No. I work smart now, and I take my time work. If I have $1, I plan and spend it like that. I'm not competing with anyone. I'm not comparing myself with anyone. I'm not afraid of anyone. I'm not worried about anything, and I'm not coveting anything. It doesn't matter what you have, and so what you have. What is the highest car you have in this world? I have my Honda. It takes me for where I want to go. That's all I need. So you say, okay, you have money, you pay for first class for us to fly. I pay for economy. All of us, we landed in the same airport, we get out, you go your way, I go my way. Wow. People, you're supposed to understand this life. This life is not what you were born into it, because it's already messed up before you were born. And that's why I'm calling us to restore that wealthy and healthy world that our ancestors created before the evil one came up with God and the money. God and money is not things of Africa. You're supposed to know that. So people that are telling you, God, Africa, no. It was Akhenaten when he took over the power in Egypt. He introduced the concept of one God. When Africans were saying about gods and goddesses, the gods of the land, the goddesses of the land, they're talking about their ancestors. They're talking about their fathers and mothers. They weren't talking about imaginary beings somewhere that can show up in your time of need, but you ascribe greatness, you ascribe glory, you ascribe thanksgiving, you ascribe that this God can do. Oh, I read on Facebook, somebody put it the way I like it. He says, see people gathering to praise the great, to thank God or worship God for his greatness. God already know he's great, right? But he said God is great, and he said he's greatly to be praised. You are stupid. You don't need to praise God if he already is. He's great. You praise people that you see, oh, they are feeling low. You begin to praise them to encourage them. But if I'm already like, I don't want you to praise me. Oh, you okay? Oh, you want to praise me for me to look good? No, I'm looking good already. You don't need to pray. That's why when some people praise me, I say, forget that shit. I do my thing, you do your thing. You cannot serve God and money. That's what they tell you. And these are the two things that is destroying the earth. God is mental slavery or slave mentality that people have, causing people to support evil. God is the concept or the idea or the mentality that causes people to condone evil. They condone evil and they support evil in the name of God. Who are the ones who are doing all this bombing in the world? Who are the ones you call insurgents today? Who are the ones who are invading other people's land, taking their land? Who are the ones who took people's land and said that God gave it to them? They call it the land flowing with milk and honey. Who are the people who enslaved Africans and colonized Africans to date? Who are the people? People of God. When you talk about blacks in America or African Americans, who brought them there? How did they bring them there? And how did they treat them? Till today, Africans, African Americans in America, they are still struggling, they are still fighting. But you cannot stay in the system and fight and win. You have to get out of it first or destroy the system. Can you destroy the system in the system? No, you have to get out, then destroy it, then reoccupy. Just as they came in and destroy the people that have the land and occupy the land. That's the only way you can do. And that's what Marcus Garvey tried to do before they killed him and they stopped him. They know that if blacks leave America, America will fall. They know that. Why people cannot survive without black people? They know that. And that's why they keep chasing us everywhere. You see, just like people from where I came from, they think we started in West Africa. No, we ran to West Africa. We started the place where they call Middle East. You see the place they call Middle East? That was our original place. It is not their land. But they chase us away. You find yourself there today. That's why you don't know yourself anymore. Just as some African Americans are saying they are not Africans. Then you see people in Nigeria denying their own roots just because of what they taught them. They are ignorant of themselves and their history. I say, I don't care. You can claim to be anything. Of course, that's your life. And why are you chasing them? People that say, let me give you an example. The people that say they are no longer Igbos, though their names show they are Igbo, their culture, their festival, everything shows they are Igbos. Okay, leave them. Sunday Olise say it's not Igbo. Where is Sunday Olise? He has died and gone. That's it. So you that say you are Igbo, then plan your life. That's why even when I started this issue of Biafra, I said Biafrans don't need any external power to help us or any external. No. We have to use our brain and our resources. If you need the United Nations to say, okay, Nigerian government do this, then use your resources to get them. You can't use your speech to get them. No. That's how you can get them. And when you get, not that they will give you the freedom, because if they can't give you the freedom, you have to fight for freedom. They will only give you independence. If you are waiting for white people to give you freedom, you are joking. They can only give you independence. When you have freedom, you won't depend on them for anything. You won't. You won't try to copy them. You won't try to, you have your own thing, your own originality. And when it talks about money, you have your own monetary system, banking system. Where is our own African banking system today? Zero. We are following the one the slave master gave to us. And it's making us to condone evil, making us to support evil, knowingly and unknowingly. God is mental slavery. God causes people to do evil, to do atrocities. You see people crossing land to go and kill their fellow human beings in the name of God. You must convert or be conquered. You must convert or be eliminated. You must convert or be destroyed. That's what they use God to do. Now, why God himself never show up to help his believers and worshippers? Have you ever asked yourself that question? You that believe in God, or you that support those that believe in God, why is it God cannot show up to help them in their time of need? Why God has never shown up even in their gathering? God never showed up. It's all belief. I believe God is here. I believe the presence of God here. That's bullshit. You don't know, yet you claim you believe, and you're ready to hate and kill for it. But I want to answer that question using their Bible. Why God never show up in their gathering? Psalm 115. This is why God never show up in the gathering of his people. They worship him because somebody taught them to worship him. That God never show up. They never see that God. They say God created them. There is no place God show up to say that yes, I created them. No, God never should do that. Then we hear them claim that our God is in the heavens, doing as He chooses. If your God is in heaven, doing as He chooses, why are you praying? Why? Let God do as He chooses. If God is your Father, He will do as He chooses, and He will bless you without you praying, without you worshiping, without you crying. But see, you keep crying. God is doing what He chooses, and God has chosen to laugh at your plight, according to Job chapter 9, verse 23. God is idle. The reason why God cannot show up is that God is idol of the nation. Every nation have their God. That's every people have their idols. They make their gods. You see the village in India just build temple for goddess Corona to help them fight to protect them from coronavirus. Now they make that goddess. Can't you learn from it? It's happening before your eyes how people created God and goddesses and God and goddess of worship. It is people that created the God they worship. It is people that created the goddess they worship. But people that know themselves, they don't worship any God. They don't worship any goddess. They know they don't need to create one. They don't need to worship one. They need to live their life. They are made by men. Every God, Jehovah is man-made. Allah is man-made. Yahweh is man-made. Jesus is man-made. Every God that people worship, Buddha, all of them are man-made. Now, this is the reason why God will not show up. God is an idol. God has a mouth and eyes, but God cannot speak or see. God have ears, but He cannot hear. God have nose, but He cannot smell. God have hands, but no feeling. He cannot move anything. God have legs, but He cannot move. People always move them. You see how they move the statues of Jesus, statues of Mary, statues of the God or goddess they are worshiping. When something bad wants to happen, they go to move it. You see in some places they put burglary proof where they put the images of Jesus and Mary, especially in Africa. And people will not reason. You see them gathering before that burglary proof, and the idol they are worshiping is behind it. They put it because they're scared maybe people are coming to this. No matter what you put, time is coming in Africa when Africans will demolish all those images of Jesus, images of God, images of Mary, images of all those white people you put in Africa. We are going to destroy them. You say, oh, it's going to be long. No, do you know that we ruled them once for 700 years? They have not reached to that number. So don't worry. No condition is permanent. Our slavery is not permanent. He said, everyone who made the God, everyone who made God, and all who trust in them, they are as helpless as those useless gods. You see where I keep telling you that God is useless, Jesus is useless. That's Psalm 115 verse 8. People that made those gods, they are just as helpless and useless like those useless gods. Your God is helpless. Your God is useless. Look at what is happening in the house of your God. It should teach you. So you stop denying the fact. See what is happening where you say the presence of God is. So then those things should teach you that there is no God. But you insist there is God. At your age, there is God. Then you are stupid. And if you feel offended about that, so be it. Keep feeling offended. Blessed are you that you are not offended in me. But you say you're offended in me, okay. Remain offended. Job 9:23 should teach you so. Your God is helpless. Your God does what he chooses, whatever he pleases. And it pleases God to be laughing at your plight. That's why you are suffering. If your God cares, you won't be suffering. He will arrive before that need comes. He will solve it. And you will not even know he solved it. You will just be enjoying your life. Your little children don't know how you pay the bills for what they're enjoying in the house. All they know, they get up, they begin to enjoy life. That's how it's supposed to be with you and God, if your God is real. If your God is real, you don't need to struggle, you don't need to sacrifice, you don't need to pray, you don't need to worship, you don't need to give, you don't need to do all those nonsense you do in the name of God. You will just be enjoying this your God. How I wish your God is real, so you will stop depending on human being. How I wish your God is real, so you stop lying that God is using somebody to help you. How I wish, if your God is real, you wouldn't need anyone to be between you and God. If God is real, you wouldn't need Jesus. The reason why they created Jesus is because God is not in the day. They tell you now that Jesus is the way to God. He said no one has seen God at any time, but his only begotten Son, who was in his bosom, has come to declare him, not to show him. But if God is real, you don't need to send anyone to declare him. He will just come himself. If I'm real and I'm needed somewhere, I will show up. If I don't show up, that means something will happen that I can, and I will tell you why I can't show up. God does not tell you why he cannot show up. It's people telling you that God is a spirit you cannot see. A spirit I cannot see, but that God spirit is almighty, all powerful, and it's impossible for him to show himself. Come on, get out. Wake up, my people. Every God is man-made. God is non-existent and useless in reality. It is people of God who is destroying the earth. The people that are destroying this world are people of God. All your religious leaders, are they not leading? All your political leaders, don't they believe in God? How is your life? Especially you that is living in Africa. I don't want to talk about what is happening in America, because no matter what happens, at least the government will still be giving us something. Unlike in Africa, what government will do is to come and kill you. They come and make life miserable. You cannot even wear camouflage in your country, and you're running your mouth, there is God. You cannot use steady power supply in your country, and you're saying there is God. What is the work of God in your life? Tell me. To make you feel good while you're suffering and smiling, suffering and denying, suffering and whining. That's what you're doing. You're not telling yourself the truth. The day you tell yourself the honest truth, you will trust God. The day you tell yourself the honest truth, you will trust Jesus. That's why they don't want you to have knowledge. From the beginning of their book to the end, they don't want you to have knowledge. They want you to have belief. That's why they tell you, I am coming very soon. I am coming quick. I am coming quickly. How long will it be? 1 million, you say 1,000 years is like one day. It's somebody that said that nonsense. It's not God that said that. 1,000 years. 1,000 years is one day. God never said that in any place. It is people that wrote that nonsense. People that told you that Jesus is coming. They know Jesus is not coming. Then they tell you 1,000 years is like one day before the Lord. So have you seen anyone that live up to 1,000 years since they said that thing? No. So they died and went to the Lord. But they cannot see that Lord. Now let me talk about money more. Money is slave master. Money is the slave master. You cannot. So they say you cannot serve God and money. Let me just follow me to reason it this way. Somebody say you cannot serve God and the money. You can see money. Where is God? If you can put God and money on the same scale when it comes to service, so the same way you see money, you should see God. You can see money. Why can't you see God? When you work for God, you don't see God. But when you work for money, you see money. Come on, think. When you work for God, you don't see God. When you work for money, you see money. I like the way somebody also put it. He said, all the monetary seed you are giving in your religious place is germinating in your pastor's bank account, in your priest's bank account, in your imam's bank account. You will never harvest it. You will never harvest it. How can somebody tell you you cannot serve God and money, and they still require money, require your own money to do the work of God? If you cannot serve God and money, then you don't need money to serve God. You don't need money for the work of God. You don't need it. God is showing you that God is sufficient. If your God is sufficient, why the monetary seed? Why the tithe and offering? Why the donations? Why all the lies you are telling people to take money from them? You say it is for missionary work. It's for work of God. Huh? How can you tell me you are taking care of a servant of God? You are mocking that God. If that God is real, that God should be able to take care of his servants. You're not supposed to give to any prophet of God. You're not supposed to give to any servant of God. Let God take care of his prophets. Let God take care of his servants. But they lie to you. They tell you if you give a cup of water to the prophet, you will not miss the blessing of God. All that nonsense. They give you all those swollen words. That's what they do in spirituality, in religion. Keep giving you promise. If you do this thing, blessing will come. If you do incantation, blessing will come. If you pour libation, blessing. No! No. It doesn't work that way. If you don't till the land and sow in it, you will never harvest anything. Giving to God, you will never reap anything. Stop giving your money to anyone. Money is the slave master that every one of us serve today. Because they have corrupted the world and built a system of money that they make it that if you don't have money, like in the city, you cannot survive. Even in our villages, they have monetized everything. I don't know if they're still giving people land to farm in our village, because I know my father, till I came to America, I know he used to give land to people that don't have land for them to cultivate. And every December they bring some, Thanksgiving a part of it, not money, like yam or goat or something to say, okay, you give me land, I cultivated. And you see some people mocking like people from my village. It's my village that fed them. They don't have land. They were coming to our village to farm. After they use the standard to school. They learn how to blow grammar, to come and call me fool, to come and blow grammar on my head, saying I am stupid. Yeah, I was stupid to give you that land. That's why you can come in. Somebody you help now saying you are stingy. You help him, but they come with grammar. You're stingy. Who have you helped? Money is the slave master. You hear what they say, money speak, bullshit happen. Of course. With money you can buy anything. There is nothing in this world you cannot buy with money, including life. They have made life now, you can buy it with money. You see the player that collapsed on the pitch. If there was no money to buy those oxygen those people came, he will die. God will not show up to help him. When you go to hospital, you see how they are buying oxygen. And you see religious people want to use even that to make you believe there is God. You telling me, do you know how much you pay for oxygen in a hospital and you cannot praise God? No. If there is God, there will be no need for hospital. You're supposed to think that. The reason why people are paying for oxygen in the hospital is because there is no God. God cannot give life. God cannot preserve life. No. It is who made the oxygen? People. Who made it available in the hospital? People, not God. Not God. People build the hospital, not God. Money is the God that politicians worship. Money is the God that criminals worship. Politicians, when they remove money, they will not be politicians. They will run away from politics. They tell you they are serving you. No, they are going there for the money. They are looting the treasury. You see them. People lobby them and pay them money to make some laws to favor them. You see that that's why they are in politics. They are not in politics to serve you. You are a joke to believe that somebody is in politics to serve you. No. You keep calling them honorable. No. That's why I call them politicians. They are politicians. How about criminals? Why do you have criminals? Money. How about kidnappers? Why are they kidnapping people? Oh man, I hear some people talking rubbish about, when we talk about all these elderly GOs like Adeboye, TB, Joshua, all of them. Somebody will say, oh, he's somebody's father. Excuse me. How about Evans the kidnapper? Why do you call him the kidnapper? Now you call him kidnapper because he was arrested. So, but he's somebody's father. He got children. Why can't you respect him as a father and call him Evans? Stop saying Evans the kidnapper. Why can't you do that? But when it comes to your own criminals, you call men of God. We are calling them what they are. They are scammers. They are thieves. They are robbers. You say no respect. I don't care about their fatherhood. I don't care about their status in the community. What I care about is the truth. So, and if they are against the truth, I will call them what they are. They are scammers. If your father is a scammer, you want me to call him a saint? If your father is a thief, you want me to call him a saint? No. I call your father what your father is. Your father is a thief, your father is a thief. Period. How about hackers? You see the cyber hackers that hack hacking companies in America demanding for reward, and they're paying them. They're making money. They hack your account and seize everything and say, unless you pay this money, we're not going to give it to you. You pay, they give it. And you see people fight. American government is fighting, you see how they say FBI trace them and get the money again. I don't think they get all the money, but see, it's people. The American government did not pray to God. Oh, God of America, in God we trust. We are one nation under God. You see those hackers from Russia. Can you go and deal with them? Holy Ghost fire, whenever they gather. No, Americans don't do that nonsense. It is Africans that do that nonsense. It's in Africa you see a president or a governor in Africa calling for prayer. That people, let us pray for this problem. When you hear America say, God bless America, or pray, it's just for show. You can learn it from Trump. It's for show. They are doing underground. They have secrets, people that are doing secret things to keep things running. It has nothing to do with God. There's no God in America. There's no God anywhere in this world. It is people everywhere doing those things. How about those organ harvesters? Those that will kill human beings to take their organ, to sell, to make money. Even some people are selling their own liver in Malaysia to make money. And you see them making money. You say they get it easy. Then go get it, let us see. It is not easy to make money. It is not easy. That's why it is part of the system. And when you make it, you want to do everything to keep it. Because if you don't, it's going down. You see, some people will work in America, save us some money. They think when they go to Nigeria to relax. They will, they want to run back to America. The money is going down. Because you don't have anything giving you that money back in Nigeria. So it's going down. You keep spending. I'm from America. You keep spending. It's going. They will not tell you when they are going back. They run away. Run back to America. And you see them start working again. Start working again. That's ways. A dog chasing its tail. That's the life the system wants us to be living. And that's the life many of us see as the real life. Oh, when you talk about money in African family or black families, who is respected in our African families today? Tell me the truth. It is somebody that have money. If you have money, musicians will sing with your name. They don't even need you to pay before service. They will service you before you pay. The priest will be coming to your house. You don't need to go to church. They will be coming to your house. Your house will become the presence of God. You will see the pastor, all of them coming to you. Because you have money. Not that you rich, but you have money. You are spending money. You're throwing around about money. They will come. They will invite you for special things in their religious places. Tell the truth. Who is respected in your African family, in your Nigerian family, in your Igbo family? Who is respected today? Somebody that has money. And your brother can kill you because of money, whether in Yoruba land, in Hausa land, or in Igbo land. All of them, they can kill you because of money. See all the kidnapping going on in Nigeria now. Why are they doing that? Demanding for ransom. If you don't bring so million, we will kill this person. If you don't bring so million, you will not see this person again. I say it's because you are answering them. That's why they keep stop. Let them start killing the people they kidnap. Let them start killing them. People that they say, oh, there's no money there. It is where money is. You see people doing all those nonsense. You see, when politicians begin to kidnap one another and they kill one another, that's because they were looking for power. They were fighting for power. But because I like the way one man did that. They kidnap him. They call his son. They say, you must bring. He's telling his son, don't worry, I'm old already. Let them kill me. Don't give them any money. And you will say God is the one keeping you alive, but you are paying ransom to stay alive. Kidnappers, ordinary kidnappers kidnap you. Your God did not show up. You see how they kill Reverend Father, they kidnap. You see, God didn't show up, yet you keep believing there is God. Everything happening around you show you there is no God. Everything happening around you. Not one thing. Everything happening around you. The way you suffer when you're going to work. You see the road you go through. The tree, even the tree on your street show you, you can no longer plug orange from orange tree you see that ripe and the leaf can go. No, they will kill you for that. Who is respected in your family? You that is against me for telling you there is no God. You can preach God all you want in your family. Carry that tear Bible, evangelist. You don't have money. You see how they will be. Your own father, your own mother, who are religious people, will also disrespect you. They don't care about you. You're not giving them money. When I did my mother's Sunday, how much did you give me anything? Eh? You see, you are the last born because he has money. They use broken plate to serve him food, but they use one plastic plate to serve your own firstborn. But I'm happy I'm not that kind of firstborn. You serve me. I'm not the type of person you say, no child say that the soup the mother made is not good. No, I am the child that say, no, if my mother cook bad soup, I say, Mama, this soup is bad. I'm not eating it. And they know. Stop living according to narrative these people created, the system they put in place to keep you living and suffering, and you living in confusion. You don't know why you are suffering. I know why you are suffering. You are suffering because you worship what you don't know, and you're following the nonsense they give to you, either God or money. That's why you're suffering. If you don't worship God or money, you will never suffer. You will never. If you don't pursue God and money, you will never suffer. You just live your life, work your life. They say they cannot give you money. You don't need money to live. You don't need money to survive. Even their book tell you that when the eyes of Adam and Eve opened, did they go using for looking for textile? No, they use leaf and cover themselves. They were living their life, JJ. They don't need to kill any animal to cover themselves. They were just leaves are there. Okay, I don't want you to see my penis. Okay, I can use it with my hand. You see people searching for God and chasing after money. That's why they are confused. Confused people, they are just searching for God and chasing after money. But wise people, people that know themselves, they worship no God. They don't search for any God. They know themselves and they live humanly. They make their own food. They make their own clothes. They make their own. They build their own house. They do things their way, not the way that the slave master want them to do or to be. Don't you know that we are energy? You are energy. Energy don't need God and the money. Energy don't need God and money. Or do energy need God and money? Tell me. Energy don't need. You are energy. You are living being. You are human being. Your life is not a gift from God. You have been always in existence. You have no beginning. You have no end. Death is not your end. Death is the door that opens you to the new life or new level in life, which is called rebirth. You come back again. You keep living. Energy creates wealth and health. Energy. That's why you can create your own wealth. You can create your own health. You don't need anyone to create it for you. You are the creator that will create it. A man create God, a woman goddess. That means you have the ability to make things happen. There's no God in heaven that can do that. There's no Jesus in yourself, in your life, that can do that. You cannot do anything through Christ. Christ cannot strengthen you. God cannot strengthen you. You can do all things through your might. Before they change it, they stole it from our book and they said that whatever your hand find to do it with all your might. Your spirit is your might. Your soul is your might. Your body is your might. You are the energy. You can create wealth and health for yourself. And that's why I'm calling us. I didn't say it is easy or it will be easy. No, it is hard because many water has passed under the bridge. So you know what? We're going to take a break. Let us come to ourselves. Let us begin to restore our healthy and wealthy world again. It is possible. No slavery condition is permanent. The sun will shine again. No matter how dark it is in the night, the sun will always shine again. Akebulans, Africans, black people. I'm not saying we have hope. No, we have life. I'm not talking about hope. I'm talking about life. Our life is eternal. We can restore our glory again and recover our heritage. And I know, not I believe, I know we can do that, and it starts with you. Join us. Wake up and wake others up. Be bold about it. Don't fear their threat. Don't fear their rant. There is no God that can help them, but you can help them. Begin to create your wealth and your health. I didn't say create money. No, I didn't say create God. God and money is what is destroying this world. But your energy can restore the healthy and wealthy world that our ancestors created. It's possible. Pardon?